So I want to bring in sports lawyer Mel Goldberg now. I mean, as I say, this is a multi-billion-dollar decision by FIFA. Firstly, why is it such a mess? This decision-making process.
I think the answer to that is fairly simple. Is that they were talking about the 2018 World Cup. This year, of course, it's Brazil. Then they started voting on the next one, and Russia was chosen. And at the same time, they made the decision very quickly, without giving it a lot of thought. Let's vote on the one after that as well, 2022. And it kind of slipped under the radar, and people didn't give it the decision-making and the common sense needed. I mean, everybody knows that Qatar is boiling hot in the summer. If you play 50 degrees during the day, it's normal. If you played it at night time, it's still about 30 degrees, which is dangerous apart from anything else.
Listen, I was there in September, and we'd be talking June and July, of course, if it was in the summer. I was there in September, and I'm going to show our viewers just a little bit of what I found there. I mean, the cooling systems in the stadium are actually quite efficient, and those are the old-fashioned ones at the moment. But it's what happens for the fans outside of the stadium, of course, and the players. Listen, Mel, I spoke to the executive director of Qatar's committee, Nasser Al Khater, in October last year when I was there. He told me that despite all this wrangling, Qatar is planning for the event that it won a bid for. Have a listen to this.
We've bid for a Summer World Cup. All our plans and our delivery is based on a Summer World Cup. Our intentions are for a Summer World Cup. Now, this has no impact on us. Our planning, our delivery will continue as we've always planned. Our cooling technology, which is a legacy that we want to contribute to the world, to contribute to regions and countries that have similar climates as Qatar and as the region. And this is something that we feel is going to open the doors for other countries to be able to host big events.
The Qatar is again underlining today they can effectively host this whenever FIFA wants it to be hosted. But the big deal is this, isn't it? Years out, the rights to a sporting event like this have already been, doled out. I mean, you're a lawyer. This is going to be a lawyer's bonanza as these contracts are renegotiated. Am I right? We're talking multi-billion-dollar deals here.
You're talking Fox, for example. Fox News have spent £265 million on 2 consecutive World Cups. And if that clashes with other things like
the NFL Super Bowl, for example.
Super Bowl, the Olympic Games, they're going to be very unhappy. And I don't know how this will be resolved, but this mustn't go to litigation because the cost will be enormous.
Yeah, is there any precedent for that? I mean, FIFA paying liabilities, paying damages. I mean, is this an organisation that's ready for all of that? Can you see it happening?
I don't think that will happen. They now realise the decisions they made weren't properly thought through. I mean, in 1980, I was involved in the Moscow Olympics. And there was a different kind of problem. The Olympics were in the summer, which was fine, and the climate was fine. But nobody took into consideration the fact that just in December, Russia decided to invade Afghanistan, and half the countries in the world didn't want to go. In England, we had the problem, equestrians didn't want to go, and yet the runners did want to go. And so there was major decisions. I was involved in some of the contracts disputes then. And people said, well, we don't want to go to an Olympic Games where the best countries, e.g. America, don't compete. And the Russian reply was, the Olympic Games will take place, even if we're the only country there. Gold medals will be issued, and it's tough luck.
To us.
To us.
Listen, you're a football fan. Just before you go, when would you want to see it played? Is it a problem to you, a winter game?
Well, it clashes with so many other things. There's a calendar throughout the year. In the winter months, England are involved in their leagues, and so are other countries. The Champions League is playing, and there's millions of pounds spent on that as well. It's the wrong time. There's going to be... The only way I see this being resolved is FIFA sitting down and paying compensation to those companies who've laid out big money.